Hey, I think I'm live. Welcome aboard, everybody. It's Captain Shane, and I'm back in the 757-200 tonight. Let me bring my microphone closer. That might make it better. In the 757-200, this one has Rolls-Royce engines and some winglets on it. Check it out, look at this thing. Got some winglets, got some Rolls-Royce engines, and the upgraded avionics tonight. Thought I'd try something different, so we're gonna take this bad boy for a spin up to Albuquerque, because I have never been there actually. In real life I have family there, but I've never been to Albuquerque in the sim, so we're gonna try it out. Hopefully it goes well. Interestingly enough, there's no ATC on tonight. I would figure there would be on a Friday night, but maybe everybody's out doing Christmas carols or whatever people do. So let's go ahead and get started here. I'm on the before start pushback checklist. So display set to status. APU, we're going to start that. Okay, I see the APU spooling up right now. Doors and windows, let's go ahead and close those up. All right. To the overhead. Yaw dampers on. Electronic engine control is on. Oop, nope. There we go. Okay, hydraulic pumps. Coming on. APU generator is already on. Let me make sure we have... I want to make sure the APU is fully spooled up before we switch it over, because I'd hate to lose electrical power right now. Alright, I'm assuming we have electrical power, so let's go ahead and fire it up and make sure it swaps over. So, external power is off. Good. Generator controls left and right are on. Engine limiters left and right. Fuel. All pumps on, nothing in the center wing. Parking brake, let's set that. Little chocks, we can pull those now. So we'll just remove all age. Okay, anti-collision lights red. On. Cabin temp controls. Put those to auto. Trim air on. Cabin recirc fans on. Isolation valves on. APU bleed. Engine bleed. Engine start to both. Display, set that to engine. Let's go ahead and start the clock. And pushback clearance.
Ground to cockpit, please show me where you want to go.
The last time I did this, I got stuck back here. So let's do this. We're going to come to here. And we're going to go to about right there. Hopefully we don't get stuck.
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
Okay, good. Hello, Neil, in the 757 tonight. Ontario traffic, UPS 2922, push to start on the UPS ramp, tail facing south. Alright, push to start is on the way. Engine and wing anti-ice is not required. Oh, that's an after start checklist. Okay.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Better connect. Oh, Neil, I am willing to have a long conversation about this. Let me get taken off. If you'd like to stick around, I'll give you my full opinion on the 777, Microsoft Flight Simulator, all of it. Because I have a lot to say, good and bad.
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Parking brake released.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
All right, crew, clear for engine start. Let's get started here. We're gonna start engine 2. Engine 2. Alright, engine 2. We have N3. This is a Rolls-Royce engine. Fuel on. Fuel flow. EGT. Okay, good start on 2, starting 1. Okay, fuel on. Fuel flow, EGT. Okay, good start on both engines. After start checklist, engine and wing anti-ice not required. We have plenty of temperature here. Packs on, left and right. APU bleed is off. Isolation off. APU off. And wait on the ground signal.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Alright, while we get ready for that, let's skip ahead to some before takeoff checklists. Let's go flaps to 5, stab trim 4.1. I think it's already there. Let me get my flashlight, it's dark in here. Actually, no, we need to set that down. 4.1. Alright.
Echo is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the left. We'll see you next time. Have a safe flight.
Okay. See you on the left. Okay. Next checklist, flaps and sets, flaps 5. Boiler handle is not required for arming. I need to take that off the checklist. This is a MD-11 thing, not a Boeing thing, so we don't need that. Stab trim 4.1 set. Takeoff data confirmed. VR 148, V1 148, V2 150. The ref speed is 134, flaps 30. Takeoff thrust setting is set 1.61 EPR. Takeoff departure briefing. Okay, we are on the Ray G4 departure, which is right here. Anticipating runway 26 left. After takeoff, we're going to fly heading 258. At 1,460 feet, we're going to make a left-hand turn direct to Seoul, then Ray G, then Elbow, and then as filed. At or above Seoul at 4,000, at or below 7,000 at Ray G, and at or above 13,000 at Artie. Taxi anticipating coming out at Yankee 2 or Yankee 1 over to Whiskey and then directly to 26 left. Radar. Transponder. Nose light. Display. Taxi clearance. Ontario traffic, UPS 2922. Taxi runway 26 left from the UPS ramp via Yankee 1, Yankee Whiskey. Alright, crew. Time to go. Oh. I think I missed something in my checklist here. Let's recycle these utility buses. There we go. Okay, that clears all of our alerts there. Good thing we checked that, right? Parking brake released. Let's go. Okay, nozzle steering check left. Check right. Brakes checked. Alright. Brakes are checked. Flight controls. Ailerons left. Ailerons right. Elevator up. Elevator down. Rudder left. Rudder right. Light controls are checked. Turn coming up here. Alright. Before takeoff checklist display. Recall, no alerts. Let's get the exterior lights on. Radar. So we're gonna go Wixer on the left. I need to get terrain on the right. Let me get stopped before I mess with that. Hey Kikai, if I'm saying your name right. I'm doing well. We're just about to take off from 26 left at Ontario. And then I'll be watching the chat while we got about an hour cruise over to Albuquerque. Alright, so we need to get that guy on terrain. Wixer. No. I gotta remember how to do this. Alright, let's hold short here while I figure out how to get terrain on the right. Okay. Parking brake. Oh. Wixer plus T. Terrain. There we go. And then I want Wixer plus T on my right. Okay, there we go. Okay. Radar is set and takeoff clearance. Ontario traffic, UPS 2922, departing runway 26 left, ready for departure. RNAV sold. Hey, we're clear for takeoff, crew. Let's arm LNAV and VNAV. Release the parking brake and take the runway. This is a RB211 equipped 757, so as I recall, the takeoff performance is a little more energetic than the Pratt's, but shouldn't be that much more. Okay, runway heading is 258. All right, crew. Let's get a run up. Takeoff thrust. Brakes released. Thrust set. Any knots, throttle hold. Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. Laps 1. Hey, Just Aviation. Be right with you. Hey, speed checks. Flaps up. Okay, there's 7,000 feet. That's a crossing restriction here. Auto throttle's a little bit laggy there. It'll catch up to us. Yeah, auto throttle's definitely a little laggy on this aircraft. Still flying with the autopilot off for now. Past that crossing restriction, right? Oh, no, Reggie's coming up. That's why. Okay, I'm getting a little high. Correcting back down. Once we cross Reggie, we'll be able to continue on to 13,000 feet. Okay, 1 mile to go. All right, and we're heading back up. Okay, back to climb thrust. And autopilot's coming on. Autopilot in command. Okay. That went out good. After takeoff checklist. Landing gear up and off. Spoiler handle is not required. Auto brakes off. Flaps and slats up. Recall. No issues. But we do an insufficient fuel message here. That should clear up as we get more distance here. Exterior lights. Okay. Altimeters. Waiting on that. Okay. Neil, you still here? You want to hear about the 777? All right, Neil, I'm going to tell you about it. All right, so the 777. Here's what I like. Okay, first of all, let's get a little background music here. Break up the monotony. One moment. Okay, so here's what I like. The graphics are fantastic. So the cockpit looks awesome, the model of the aircraft looks awesome, and the sim looks awesome, just like I predicted. So I really like the way Microsoft Flight Simulator looks. The terrain is beautiful. The clouds, the sky, I love all of it. And the 777 looks great, man. The cockpit is really crisp. All the displays look nice. I mean, I love it. So that's the upside. Here's the downside. I think the plane flies like absolute garbage. The ground handling when you're taxiing the aircraft is absolutely pathetic. Like, it feels like you're driving a really basic simulator, almost like a phone game, right? The way it taxis, there's no momentum. When you taxi left, the airplane just instantly moves left. Like there's no inertia. That's a 700,000-pound aircraft, right? You would never be able to feel that. Okay, there's zero ground inertia at all. When you increase thrust to taxi, it stays where you like. Oh, altimeter standard. Anyway, standard. Okay, after takeoff checklist complete. Let's say you're at a dead stop and you bring the thrust up to, you know, increase your ground speed. When you go back to idle, the thrust never decays, right? It doesn't accelerate, it doesn't decay, it just stays where you leave it. It's like there's just no ground, the ground friction, the rolling friction, the way it taxis is just horrendous. I don't know what else to say. Horrendous. It's so bad that I hate it. Like, I can't stand taxiing, doing any kind of ground maneuvering. It's so bad. Once you're airborne, oh no. I'm talking about Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, Flight Fest. I'm talking about the PMDG 777F, and this isn't. I'm not blaming PMDG for this. I'm blaming Microsoft Flight Simulator and the way they've modeled their ground physics. It's just horrendous. I've only tried the 777 in Microsoft Flight Simulator. I have no idea what the rest of them are like. I assume they're all the same. I've watched some videos of the TFDI MD-11, for example, and the way it handles on the ground looks exactly the same as the 777. So I think it's a Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 problem, but it's so bad. Another thing I don't like. Oh no, I have to complete. I'm flying this right now, Flight Fest. This is the Flight Factor 757, and the ground handling on this I find to be a lot better than Microsoft Flight Simulator. You can at least feel the inertia of the aircraft taxiing. I can't relate to you on that one, man. All right, flying the aircraft once you're in the air, it's kind of what's the word I'd like to say? Meh. You just don't feel. You don't feel the inertia of the aircraft at all, right? I just don't like it. Here's what I do like. The system modeling on the 777 is fantastic. The FMC is awesome. The SimBrief integration with the FMC and the electronic flight bag, awesome. The overhead panel, I love it, guys. I like, once I'm in the air and flying the plane and operating all the systems in the FMC and all the MFDs, it's 10 out of 10. I love it, right? I just don't like it when it's on the ground. I don't like hand flying it that much. I don't find it to be that pleasant. I just don't like the flight models and the physics in Microsoft Flight Simulator. I just don't know what else to say. But the aircraft itself, I really like. So, I don't know. PMDG, I gave them 5 stars for the actual aircraft modeling, and I love setting that thing up, like the before takeoff checklist and the cockpit preparation. I did a video on it on my channel. I really like it. I just don't like flying it, and I don't like taxiing it. Oh, and the other thing, Microsoft Flight Simulator thrust reverser integration is absolutely horrendous. So there's no way in Microsoft Flight Simulator to go, well, you can't like do like a reverse idle, okay? And you can't modulate the thrust reversers with your throttles like you can in X-Plane. So in X-Plane, I can do a few different things. So, for example, when I go to reverse thrust, I use my thrust reverser levers on my throttle quadrant, and that brings you into reverse idle, right? So your reversers are deployed, but you're still idle. I then use my throttle axis to increase the reverse thrust, and I can set it, I can modulate it from max reverse to reverse idle to anywhere in between with my throttle axis. And then when I want to go to reverse idle, in any X-Plane plane that I've tried, I just put my throttles back into idle and I close the thrust reversers. That's how it's supposed to work. In Microsoft Flight Simulator, you have to use the reduce throttle command, and it basically just, it's almost like an Airbus where it goes from idle and you just pull it back into a reverse thing. You have no control over reverse idle. You can't really modulate the reverse thrust with your throttles. And as soon as you go back to throttle cut, like it just instantly closes the reversers, but you still have some forward thrust because the engines are still spooled up. And you accelerate a little bit before your engines come back down to idle. I hate that. That is not accurate. That's not how they work. X-Plane does that better. I'll show you guys when we land at Albuquerque. And it's even easier to show you in the MD-11. But, yeah. So, my bottom line is, I love the 777 for the systems modeling, the inside the cockpit stuff, the FMC, the SimBrief integration. I love it. I love that. I don't love anything to do with flying or driving a plane on the ground. That's my verdict on that. I would love to try the Flight Factor 777 in X-Plane. I really want that, but my problem with it is that it's a passenger model. It's a 200 ER, and I could fly that for like Delta Virtual Airlines, which I am actually a member of, but I don't like to do that. I really enjoy freighters, cargo operations. I like UPS, Virtual Air Cargo. I like that I'm a hub manager, chief pilot. I want to build my logbook with UPS. I don't want to split my time between Delta and UPS. Now I'll do it if I have to, but honestly I don't really want to right now. So if Flight Factor makes a 777F, you can be damn sure I'm gonna get it, because I want to stay in X-Plane as much as I possibly can, because I just am not loving Microsoft Flight Simulator, the flying part of it. I will keep playing it because I like the 777 and it's fun. Oh, aircraft straight ahead here. Let's see where they're going. Delta Airlines 2145 from Minneapolis, St. Paul, and San Diego. Oh, now SoCal Approach comes online. Look how dead it is. What's going on? This is Friday night on the West Coast. Where is everybody? This is a little strange. Oh well. That's my verdict, guys. I don't know what else I can say about Microsoft Flight Simulator. This is not a knock on PMDG by any means, because I honestly feel like they're working within the confines of the physics and the flight models that they have available. You know, And I know they're capable of making good products. Oh, okay. Are you flying the Rotate MD-11 Flight Fest? If so, you should come over to my Discord. I've done some flight model adjustments to that. You can try them out if you like. If you're interested, I can send you the files for that. All right, crew, climbing through flight level 330 for 350. Top of climb at 11 nautical miles. Yep. So I made some slight tweak. How's it go? I made basically some tweaks to the engine spooling, engine start times, and the elevator and aileron effectiveness, because they were it's really sluggish. So my MD-11 flies a little better. So if you want to try that out, I think you'll like it. Because I'm a big fan of the Rotate MD-11. If you're familiar with my channel at all, it's mostly what I fly. Alright, crew, flight level 350. And we're now cruising. Alright, let's see how far we gotta go here. Okay, 460 miles to go. So I'm estimating that we're going to have our top of descent 45 minutes from now. It'll come up here around 200 miles out. Question for you guys: how's the volume? How's my mic? And is the cockpit ambient sounds too loud? I'm not sure. Volume check. Let me know what you think. I can make some adjustments to some stuff if it's not, if the mic's too loud, not loud enough. Is the in-game sound too loud? Let me know. Okay, Neil, let me take a look. Let me make some adjustments here. Good feedback. Let's turn down the master a little bit. Let's go to XP Realistic. Sound check, how's that? Let me know how that is. I can turn it down a little bit more if I need to, the cockpit sounds. Alright, let me catch up to this. That's exactly what I was looking for. Definitely check out your models. Oh, alright. Alright, thanks Flight Fest. I'm glad to have you aboard with us. Hey, so if you want to check out those files, the easiest way for me to get them to you is to come over to my Discord server. there should be a link in the video description. Come on over, and I can just PM you the files. All right, thanks, guys. It's actually a little better for me too. It was a little loud. The flight factor ambient wind noise is a little loud on this aircraft. Dark out here. Well, actually, I turned down the actual. I did both. So I did. Oh, let me see. Airframe wind, windshield wind. Turn that down a little bit. And I also have the master volume in the game down a little bit too. That should be a little bit better. It's better for me. Oh, for you guys that are here right now, I do have some exciting news. I will be getting the Rotate MD-80 here really soon, and I'm gonna probably be flying that on stream as well. I've been wanting to get it for a while, so I happen to know some people there at Rotate, and they're gonna hook that up for me, and I'll give them some free PR, and I'll fly the plane. I will have to go back over to Delta Virtual Airlines for that one though, because there's no getting around that. There's no way I'll ever fly that for UPS, so that's okay. Actually, I want to show you guys something since we got some time here. We're cruising. Let me show you my. Uh-oh, altitude alert. Oh, high altitude weather bug from XP12, and that's still not fixed. Aircraft on TCAS as well. We'll take a look at that. Oh, what's this little guy? American Airlines A320 from Phoenix to LAX. Okay. Alright, I was going to show you guys something. My Delta Virtual Airlines logbook. So this was actually one of my first virtual airlines I was ever in. Check this out. This is kind of fun. It's like a throwback. And I did recently join up again. Well... there I am. Look at. Did you see that? Look at this. 12/4/2005, guys. This is when I joined the virtual airline. December 4th, 2005. So that was 19 years ago. That's how old I am. 19 years ago, guys. And as you can see, I have over 2,000 hours with them, and most of them were in the MD-11. See, the last flight I flew with them, Atlanta to Frankfurt, Germany, not too long ago. I did that recently, but before that, the last flight before that was 2011. That's how long I was away from flight simming. But there you go. All these MD-11 flights. I was flying MD-11s when you guys were probably in school. See? 2006. Look at that, guys. 2006, I was flying MD-11s. 757-200 right here. In 2006. More MD-11. Lots of MD-11 flights, guys. I'm OG MD-11, alright? When you guys see me flying MD-11s on my streams, now you know why. It's because I've been doing it for a long, long time. 2006, almost 20 years on the MD-11, guys. Okay. Boeing 767-300ER, got those in there too. Look at all this. L1011, yeah. 777-200ER, look it. I got L1011 and I've got 777 experience as well on the 200ER with Delta. So there you go. L1011, L1011, a lot of L1011 flights as well. DC-8, that was rough. 757, 777, a lot of 757 flights, guys. In fact, I think I started on the the Boeing 757. My very first flight for the airline was it was on December 7th, 2005 in a 757. And now here I am, guys, almost 20 years later. I'm back in the 757. Hey, Kikai, if I'm saying your name right, look at UPS VAC, man. You can join the Hamilton hub, and I can be your boss. How's that? Check us out. Where am I Discord? Oh, let's take a look. I see you there, man. There you go, man. I just sent you a message. Well, I just replied to you, and I'll get to you as soon as I can. I gotta focus on this flight right now, but I'll get you that file. Yeah, take a look at us, man. And make sure you come to Hamilton Hub. So, the nice thing about UPS Virtual Air Cargo is your hub assignment is not necessarily where you have to fly all the time. Because I obviously fly for Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. But I'm over here flying in the Southwest United States. You're not restricted to just one hub's flights. You can fly anywhere in the route system on any aircraft that you have the hours to fly. So, just because you belong to Hamilton, it's more administrative than anything else. What's going on back there? Everybody okay back there? Yeah, turbulence, but it sounded like a cart was moving around or something. Alright, how we doing here? $372 miles to go. Another aircraft on TCAS off the left. Let's see what that is. Oh wow! It's a giant 747-800 or Atlas Air from Covington, which is in Cincinnati, which is very close to where I fly out a lot. Oh, look at ATC over at Louisville tonight. So I fly a lot out of Louisville, Kentucky. That's the world port for the UPS, and then we also do contract flights, which is what allows me to do the 777F for Giant, which is Atlas Air, and a lot of their flights are based out of Cincinnati. I think that's their equivalent to Louisville for UPS. That's the only thing about the 757 that I don't particularly care for is the really slow cruising speed. Like this is actually pretty fast because normally we cruise a lot slower than this. I have a higher than normal cost index tonight, so. Let's adjust some brightnesses on this. There we go. Actually, I'm going to move over to the right side and turn these down too. They're a little bit bright. Nah, whatever. Oh, top of descent just populated. 200 miles out, 543. So 25 minutes till top of descent. Kind of want to figure out this ILS approach situation here. So these are the approach options that we got. And quite honestly, I don't like any of them, but I really like a longer ILS approach than that. Oh, this is RNAV. Okay. That's a circling RNAV. That's a circling ILS. Alright, there we go. So, this is Albuquerque. I gotta figure out where we're parking here. Not over here. Air freight's over here. And then there's also air freight over here. Air cargo. I'm thinking we're here, but let me take a look. Let me take a look. So, I want to make sure that I go to the right place here. I don't like parking at the wrong places. Let's take a look at that parking spot. A330. Which A330? The stock one, or aftermarket, payware version? Which A330 are we talking about here? Oh, found the. Oh, that's cool. I see the 10 tanker on the ramp there. All right, found UPS parking. So I found I found a DC-10 tanker on the ground at Albuquerque, and I also see where we're parking. Oh, tollless. Okay, I was gonna say you're not using the default one, are you? I heard that thing's pretty rough. I've heard good things about this tollless thing. I can't personally bring myself to fly an Airbus right now. A modern one. I think an A300 I could get on, but those new A330, the new modern Airbuses just don't excite me that much. But I'd love to hear about your experiences with it. I'm not opposed to other people flying it. Alright, so this is where we'll be parking. Up somewhere in here. So runway 3, make maybe Foxtrot 1, come back and park. That's pretty easy. Okay. Oh, that's good, man. At least the cockpit commonality between those aircraft are all so similar that it shouldn't be that big of a deal going from one to the next. They're all more or less similar layouts, and I even think that fly-by-wire systems are kind of set up to make them all kind of fly not too dissimilar from one another. So if you can do one, you can do them all. It's not like trying to fly a 757 and trying to get into an MD-11 afterwards. That's a bit of a shock. Okay. That's cool, man. I think part of the reason for me that I don't have a lot of interest in it, aside from the fact that I just don't love the cockpit layouts and the design philosophy of the flight controls and stuff. I like flying for UPS, and we don't have any Airbus aside from the A300. So, and the A300 is very much different from the rest of those things. So, they just don't really have a lot of opportunity, right? I'm kind of stuck on Boeings and MD-11s for the time being. One of these days I'll get back into PAX hauling and maybe I can look into that. Alright, tell you what. We got some time. Let's go over our descent and approach checklist. So, landing data. Looks like we're going to be flaps 30, 132, VREF speed. So we can go ahead and put that in right now. The VREF speed is 132 plus 40 plus 80. There we go. Over here. Alright. Flaps 30, 132. 10,000 foot runway. So that should give us a nice, we should be able to vacate at Foxtrot 1, make a left turn on this high speed, down to Foxtrot 2, and parking somewhere over here. This is where UPS parks. Yeah, that's all true, Juliet Alpha. I can't do that. I'd like to keep, I don't want to keep diluting my logbook too much, but you're right, I can do that. And then I can get it at the Flight Factor 777-200ER. So, I just like flying for UPS right now. But I am still technically part of Delta Virtual Airlines. Here's my logbook. Here's my proof. And I actually did, if you see this, I actually did recently fly the PAX version of the MD-11 for Delta Virtual Airlines not too long ago. Right there. September 21st, I flew from Atlanta to Frankfurt. XP-12, MD-11. So, I can do it. I just don't want to. The landing data is good. Approach briefing. Alright. So, we're on the Lobo 3 arrival. Robin Dunn, welcome aboard. Nice to see you, man. We're just going through our descent and approach checklist right now. So, we're on the Lobo 3 arrival. We'll pick up a Gallup, which I've been to. Robin Dunn, 28. Nice to have you aboard, my friend. Alright. From Gallup, we're going to be heading down to cross Western at flight level 230, 270 knots. Jocklo, 250 knots. Looks like 16,000 feet. At Musk, at about 10.5. Download, I guess. 10,000 feet. 210 knots. 9,000 feet at Campster. Note 1. Oh. Landing 3. Expect RNAV approach clearance or radar vectors to final approach course prior to Campster. Okay. What's the weather like here? Okay, wind calm. 3036. Expected visual approach. RNAV Zulu 3 approach. Okay. That's true, but remember, my landing rates are typically very, very, very good. So, I don't really bang things up too much. So, I have this ILS approach programmed in right now, but let's look at some RNAV approaches to see if they work better for us. So, RNAV Zulu. there's an RNAV Zulu approach here with the capture transition. Yeah, let's do that. Oh yeah, we'll fly this RNAV approach in the runway 3. That's way better. All right, so here's what we got. This RNAV approach has a minimums at 5,571 feet baro or 259 radar. So at Gurnall, we need to be at 6,500 feet, and we'll pick a 3-degree flight path angle down to the runway 3. Again, minimums are 5571. I should write this down. Let's write this down. 5571 baro. Missed approach. Climb at 6,200 feet, then a climbing left-hand turn at 8,000 direct Albuquerque VOR and hold. Limit missed approach speed to 215 knots. Okay. And then MSA is 12,000 feet. The tower is on 120.3. Okay, let's do this RNAV approach. I like that better. Okay, approach briefing is good. Radar. Decision height. Alright, so we want to do baro, right? And 5571. Alright, so baro set, seatbelt signs are on. Okay, we're down to the line. Alright, oh, we need to make an adjustment to our FMS here. So we're now doing the RNAV Zulu runway 3 with the capture transition. Alright, so let's take a look at that on the plan to make sure it still looks good. So let's go plan. Oh, dang it. Nope. Okay. I always screw this up. These stupid Boeings. There we go. That's better. Let's take a look at the legs. Okay, let's check these. Oh yeah, way better. Way better. Okay. I like that. Alright, we're gonna do RNAV. We'll go back to legs. Nice. The ILS is 111.5. So what we'll do here is we're gonna put this in as a backup. So I'm gonna fly the RNAV, but we're gonna put the ILS in as a backup for that. So let's bring up that chart. One 1.5034. Cool. So we're all set now, guys. Top of descent, 55 miles, 8 minutes. The Go-Getters Invest. Yes, they do. That's a cool name, man. All right, guys, we're all set up for landing now. We just need to get there. Let's take a look at that one last time. Let's see what's on VATSIM radar. Man, nothing out here tonight. It's crazy. All right. Be heading down here in about 5 minutes. Actually, I think I need a little bit of backlighting up here. There we go. Alright, how are we looking here? Top of descent, 25 miles, 4 minutes. Okay. We start resetting our altitude down now. Put it at 10,000 feet for now. I was actually kind of thinking about what I'm going to fly next, which I'll probably do off stream, but I'm in the mood to move some MD-11s tonight because we've got some scattered all over the place. So let's see what I can move tonight. MD-11s in fleet. Maybe move this guy back to Louisville. Or this thing. Move this aircraft from wherever it's at here to Seoul, Korea. That might be a good one. Alright crew, stand by for descent. Coming up real quick here. Okay. Alright crew, we're heading down. Okay. A little bit high on profile, but autopilot is correcting. Okay, I think I'll turn on the webcam again. I had the lights off in my office, but you guys won't be able to see me if I do that, so. Turn that back on. Ah, it's bright in here. Okay. Let's see here. There you go. Number 3 engine throttle. I took it off. Don't need it right now. Okay, send it to flight level 250, head down 10,000. Five 5.2. How did I misread that? Oh, that's ILS, okay. So we're on this one. What was that altimeter again? Let's get one last check of the weather here going in. Wind calm, temperature 39, dew point 18, altimeter 3036. Okay, 3036. Okay, out of flight level 210 for 10,000. Okay, coming up on transition altitude, let's 3036. VTO36. Okay, altimeter set, cross check. Hey, coming right. Okay, we're gonna start slowing down to 250 knots now. FOC message. Drag required. I don't think so. Okay, leaving 13,000 for 10. Alright, we can start doing exterior lights now. Okay, set checklist complete. $1,000 to go. I think I see the airport out there. Is that the airport? Yeah, that's gotta be it. We're gonna be parking over here somewhere. Oh, that's quite a large airport, isn't it? I've been here before in real life. Years ago, I flew into Albuquerque, but I don't remember it. Okay, crew, let's keep it going down. Okay. At general, we need to be at 6,500 feet, so heading down to 65. Airport's in sight off to our 11 o'clock. Once we cross Campster, we'll call the Albuquerque traffic to let them know what our intentions are. I'm gonna kill this music now. Okay, we're gonna start slowing at 210 knots. Let's go flaps 1. Alright, crew. Albuquerque traffic, good evening. UPS 2922 on the Arnett Zulu runway 3 approach. Get her slow down to 180 knots. Laps 5 extended. Flaps 15. I love it. I love the 757. Now, the Flight Factor 757 is pretty dated. It feels like an XP11 port. It needs some updates, but there's just nothing better right now. I like it. I'm enjoying this a lot. Look at the systems modeling. It's decent enough. Okay. Tell you what, let's go gear down. No, let's not go gear down yet. Let's wait on that. No, we will go gear down. Let's reduce speed to final approach speed, which is 132. And let's go flaps 30. Speed brakes. Armed. So before landing checklist, landing gear down 3 greens, four handle armed, auto brakes 1. Flaps slats, flaps 30. Altimeters cross check 3036. ICAS. No alerts. Landing clearance. Albuquerque traffic. UPS 2922 on final. Runway 3. A little slow there, correcting. Autopilot's off. Runways in sight. Mission approach altitude is set. A little off center, correcting. Alright, crew, on short final. Continue. A little bit high. I'm taking it.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
First is green, max reverse. Well, my auto brakes kicked off the second that I got on the ground, which isn't ideal, but Kind of ate a bit more runway than I wanted to. Yeah, you can tell I haven't flown at 757 in a while. That was not my best landing. Alright, well, I've done better than that before. And that, I gotta figure out why my auto brakes keep kicking off here. Alright, so we're gonna make a left turn here. Yep, not what I wanted to do. Also came in a little bit high. Alright, so let's take this over to Charlie. We're on Echo now. There's Charlie. Alright, after landing checklist, spoiler handle up. I'm not even convinced that the spoiler is actually deployed. Flaps and slats. Auto brake off. Radar. Alright, make a left turn here. That was not my best landing. Been flying MD-11s too much. Okay, so we're gonna take this, we're gonna cross runway 30 and make a right on Foxtrot. Alright. Radar. It's off. Landing light. Across here. And then this should be Foxtrot. Yep, Foxtrot here. Nose lights on. Runway turn off. Anti-collision lights off. Wing engine anti-ice is off. APU. APU started. Depth trim. Good. This is Foxtrot 1. I want Foxtrot 2. Foxtrot 2. Yeah, I need to fly this thing more. That was a crappy landing. Let's see, what was that landing rate? This thing's lying. There's no way that was 21 feet per minute. There's no way. I ain't buying it. Foxtrot 2. We'll come in here. What is that thing? US Airways? What? Get out of here. They don't exist. Next parking spot's ours. Right there. Hey, parking brake set. Parking checklist. Let's get some lights on in here. Alright, parking checklist. Transponder. Standby. Fuel switches. Off. Engine bleed off, left to right. Packs off. Trim air. Research fans off. Cabin out to control. Manual. Window heat. Off. Anti-collision red. Off. Anti-ice is off. Windshield standby power off. IRS is off. Nose lights off. Little chocks. Let's get the ground stuff in. Parking brake. Released. External power on. APU power. Leave the generator on. Put the APU coming off. And then we'll go ahead and turn off the hydraulics. Actually, no, we can leave that normal. Alright guys, we got back. Wasn't pretty, but we got there. Thanks so much for flying with me on this thing tonight. Hope you enjoyed it. I missed my MD-11 already, but we'll fly this thing somewhere else in the next day or two. And then, hopefully you guys will see me in a MD-80 pretty soon. I'm looking forward to that. I have never flown an MD-80 before, so I think that'll be kind of fun to watch. That'll be fun for us to see how that goes. So I'll catch you guys in the next one.